What is up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I know the day today. It's so good. I actually remembered. I had third comment. I'm very excited about that. I got the third comment on today's live chat. That's an accomplishment. I'm going to claim it. I'll take it. It's, I've done very little today, and that counts. I'll take it. That's what I did. Third place for the comment trail. Hello, Monster Master. Good to see you. Lingophile88, welcome back. We got Ravik in the house. What is up? Vitae, my friend. DTL, mother. No, I humbly took third. You can't. Mac the Knife, welcome back. Wait. It didn't have a timestamp? I don't know why. That's weird. I don't know why it wouldn't have a timestamp. Now I'm all confused. Now I want to go and cancel this whole thing, Mac the Knife, and reschedule it for 5 minutes from now, just so we can get it and make sure that you get a reminder. I thought I'd double check to make sure they all did, but a couple people made it. That's good. Welcome back. All right. It's Wednesday. This is a good day. I'm feeling pretty good. I've been listening to Queen all afternoon. Just been rocking out, having a few cocktails with Mrs. Pink Shirt Gal, and just taking kind of like an afternoon off and then going to work. This is work for me. This is my life, basically, is I don't have weekends. I don't have weekdays. I have week mornings and then week nights where I can relax a little bit and plan, and then I go to work. So this is my job with you, and I'm happy to work with you. So Sharon Baum, welcome. Sharon Baum, I love screwing that up every single time. Kristen, good to see you as well. Okay, Mother, are you telling me don't forget to smile or we'll die? Or are you saying don't forget, comma, smile or we'll die to the, okay. I'm gonna pour a glass of wine. We're having wine today because we're making an Italian dish, and it's specifically from the Tuscany region of Italy, and which means that we should have wine. So that's what I'm doing. I'm opening up a bottle of wine. So this is not a super Tuscan, one of the French blends that made its way to Italy a long time ago. It is a Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, a good blend. It's like a good, easy drinker. One of my favorites. But before we get going, I forgot some tunes. Oh God, it's so poppy, so delightful. I love every single second of that. So here's the deal. I don't know why. Oh, we don't have that camera set up yet. I don't know why this bottle of wine has a stick on it. It's a twig. I'm confused. I don't know why it's there, but I like it. It's reminiscent of the Chianti bottles, you know, with the wicker basket attached to it that you could eventually weave into one of those like outdoor chairs that you could sit on and get poked by every single time. But I like it. I don't know what we're supposed to do with the stick slash twig slash decoration, but I'm buying it because of the twig. So if you've never had this, it's twig wine. Mother, I'll say hello to the infamous Smile or Will Die. Hello, infamous Smile or Will Die. My dog just used her pee pad, so hold on a second. Good girl. Do you want a treat? Yeah. You want some chicken? It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. You're interrupting my first special guest of the evening, Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, but...
Well, isn't she your first guest?
Oh, she is my first guest of the evening, so...
She's the live one. If you like the dead Grace, that works too.
Yeah, she is the alive... Welcome back for our first guest of the evening. She just kind of came and went real fast. If you blink, you missed her.
She said it's too late now.
I was just notified by her representation that it's too late now. So we can't have her back on. Unfortunately, she's closed up, left. Monster Master, thank you for the list. Yes, I will get to each one of those things. I always forget how to press stop. I just wish there was like a one-click stop or like voice control stop, you know? But then I might accidentally stop it now. Okay, so this is a Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. It's a good wine. It's a good so here's the deal. I like Montepulciano d'Abruzzos because they're kind of easy drinkers. You know, you don't have to be a wine snob to appreciate it. They're easy on the budget. This particular bottle, I think, was probably $15, $16 in Manhattan, which means it's probably $2 in around the rest of the world, or 50 cents in Italy. You probably just wash your face with this kind of stuff if you're in Italy. But it's a nice, easy drink. Like, it's nothing. This wine never it never blows you away. You're not like, whoa, this is the best wine. But that's not the point. This is like, let's cheers, you know, have a glass of wine with friends. Let's drink with food. It's just a great bottle of wine. So that's why I like this wine. And I'm pouring two, both for me. Oh, and don't forget, like the video and subscribe if you've liked it so far. And if not, thank you for the reminder, Monster Master. If you don't like it, that's fine too. Still like it and subscribe. I would highly recommend it. That way you can come back and hate it again in the future. You know what I mean? Okay, a little more for me. Good. Do this before I drop everything. God, you guys are all over it with the reminders. I appreciate that. I'm a novice YouTuber in that sense. Well, in every sense, actually. All right. Cheers, guys. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. I'm so glad you're here. And I mean, that part I actually mean sincerely. Everything else was a lie. Oh. Yeah. See, this is just a good bottle of wine. Like, it's just good out of the glass. You don't have to wait for it to open up and settle. It will get better in the next hour, but it's great. Okay. Yeah, no, Monster Master, we don't want them. Yeah, if you don't like the video, I would say triple tap the like button. That way you can really let me know that you don't like it. Okay. So we got a lot of stuff going on here. What are we doing here? Are we all cleaned up? I got the view all set. Good, I tried to clean up. Oh, did you see the flowers in the back? Aren't they great? They're pretty, right? I get flowers for Lauren, for Mrs. Pink Shirt Gal every week. And I put it on a subscription plan so that I never forget. That way I never forget to get her flowers. That's what they look like. Highly recommend them. They're yeah. Linguophile, thank you. I'm glad that you're glad that I'm here too. Okay. Good. We got the flowers out of the way, the wine. Ravik putting ice in his wine. I will look the other way. You know what? I won't judge. Okay. That's weird to me. When I've traveled, it seems like actually the American South kind of puts ice cube in their wine too. That seems like nothing is ever cold enough in Europe. It's always just kind of tepid. Like, they know air conditioning exists, they have it, but it's never cold. It's always just cool. I don't get that. I've never been able to sleep well in Europe. Love it, but I just can't sleep there because I'm always tossing and turning because I'm so hot. Even though there's an air conditioning unit set to uncomfortable on the thermostat. Anyway, yeah, flowers are lovely. That's for Lauren. Okay, let's get going. So today, here's the dish. I need another sip of wine. Oh, my favorite Queen song? Somebody asked that. What's going through my head right now is the Seven Seas of Rye. But I love Loverboy. Beer with Lights, Alexandra. Yes, I love Loverboy, Seven Seas of Rye. I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody, classic, right? That's so good. We Are the Champions, obviously. I don't know. It's hard to pick one. I mean, at my funeral, obviously, I think We Are the Champions is going to be playing. And that's not even going to be my choice. I think everyone else will vote that song. And they're going to change the lyrics to He Was the Champion, I think. Which is nice. I appreciate that. So, okay. We got red wine poured. We're making gnudi today. So, gnudi are basically gnocchi that have been pumped full of ricotta cheese. And, oh God, they're so good. Just pillowy little dumplings. Ugh. I love it, and I hope you do too. And what did I think of the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, Linguophile? I liked it a lot. I actually really liked it. It was really good. Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody, super good. I don't know, I can't remember what awards he or it won, but he was great. It was great. Big fan of the movie. It was hard not to sing along like in the movie theater with all those people. They weren't singing in the movie theater I was in because it was one of those where you go recline your seats and have wine and stuff. And most people were sleeping, but I was like rocking out. Yeah, so that was my favorite part. But so gnocchi full of ricotta cheese. So I made homemade. That's redundant. I made ricotta cheese. And you can do this too. It's super simple. All you need is milk, some sort of acid. I use white wine vinegar. Champagne vinegar works too. Lemon juice in a pinch. Just a clean acid is good. So milk, acid, and salt. That's all in some sort of heat. That's all you need, and you can make ricotta yourself. You heat up milk to 185 degrees Fahrenheit, 85 degrees Celsius. Pour in, well, put in the salt as well. Stir it around a little bit. Pour in the acid, turn off the heat, let it sit until it all curdles for about 20 minutes, and then pour it through cheesecloth and drain to whatever your preference is. So I drained for 2 hours. This is a fairly dry ricotta cheese. I don't know if you can tell. No, you can't. Let's get the second view. We're going right into it. Bam. So it's a fairly dry ricotta cheese, right? You can kind of see it's separated. We can always whisk back in Annalie Brown. I know, beautiful roses, right? Anyway, we can always whisk back in some cream or something if we wanted to moisten this up, but we want less moisture for this dish. So if you're gonna make your own ricotta, drain it for a couple of hours or even overnight in the fridge through some cheesecloth and maybe a sieve or something. And it's super good. It's like the best tasting ricotta. I think it's better than everything I've purchased in the store. It's so good. Just get fresh milk, a little bit of acid, some salt, done deal. The recipe's on my website. Just look up ricotta on my website and you'll be able to find it. But today we're making gnocchi. We're injecting it full of ricotta, making it nudi, G-N-U-D-I. It's Italian for nude. Who would have guessed? And it just, they're so good. So, and we're good. We're giving it like a spring vegetable treatment. So we're doing some mushrooms. These are morels. Wait, hold on. There we go. These are morel mushrooms. We're doing some asparagus. We're doing some peas. It's gonna be great. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Okay, let's get prepping. So first, I'm gonna just cut these morels in half. These are big. So here's the deal. This is the texture of morel mushrooms. There we go. You can kind of see that along with my dry fingers. They've got like weird crevices, little nooks and crannies. That's what, in my opinion, makes them great. Like, because they just absorb the sauce. It gets all up in the crannies. It's so good. And it kind of has like this really earth dirt smell to it. But like it's almost chocolatey in a way. I don't know. It's so good. I just highly recommend. Oh, okay. And let's get some asparagus. I think I got all the information dump out of there. I was like, I gotta tell them all about what we're doing. I gotta get wine and the nudies, whatever that is. Yeah. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's Wednesday? Everybody still alive? Doing all right? I'm just gonna cut these in half. So I'm not gonna do anything to them. They're pretty clean coming out. If you do need to clean them, either just a quick rinse with water, just very minimally, or like you can use a brush. You can kind of tap a little bit to get any sort of dirt out. But most of the time they grow like above the ground, so they're not gonna be too dirty. The pink frame is great, right guys? Yeah. Yeah, Ravik, send nudies. That's what we're doing. And you can cut these smaller if you want. You know, some of the bigger ones, maybe we could do this guy in quarters. We just wanna always keep in mind, like, how is somebody gonna eat this? How are they gonna stick it in their face? This guy is a little bit big, so we'll do it in quarters. But for the rest of these and most morels, half. I usually have no morels. So this is kind of a change for me. You know, we'll do quarters here too. Just a quick saute on these, and they're so good. Yeah, they're great. Saffrica, I am so glad it is asparagus season as well. I've missed it. Even though I've had 3 bunches of asparagus in my fridge for weeks. These last two, I think we used these like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but they stay good. Like in the fridge and the crisper, they're still fine. You know, I might have to snip off a little bit more on the bottoms, but that have dried out, but they're not too bad. Oh God, so good. This is about 4 ounces, like a quarter pound, like 100 grams or so. This is, how many is this gonna feed? That's probably like 2 to 4 servings, depending on how big or small you want it. That gives me the freedom to be way wrong if I say, you know, depending on how big you want it. It's probably like 2 American-sized portions where we're like, we gotta get big, and 4 like regular people-sized portions. But we'll find out as we make it. The asparagus, I'm just going to leave whole. I'm gonna blanch it, ice bath it, slice it on the bias, and that's for that. And then what else are we doing? Peas, I gotta get ready.
I missed my call.
Oh yeah, you did miss your call. Enjoy your wine.
Thank you, thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, lover. That's my special nickname for her, is lover.
Hopefully they figure that out.
It's gross. Okay, get some peas. I'm just using frozen English peas. I think they were meant to be frozen. I got them not frozen, but I just threw them in the freezer anyway. We'll call it good. Get those out. Here's the deal. I'm pulling all my ingredients out now so that by the time I've had a few more sips of wine plus the Manhattan I had just before this, I don't like forget ingredients like I did a few times ago. Shallot, got to cut some of that. Peas, asparagus, good. Get the butter out. Pasta water is warming up. Okay, good. I think we're good. Yeah, Ravik, you know, if we run out of food because of Rona, I'll stream a food simulator so you can just munch on the camera or the screen. It'll be great. It's better than vitamins. So I'm just giving this shallot like a quick slice because I kind of want it to stand up a little bit in the dish. So that's why I'm not totally dicing it really small so that it kind of, you know, blends in and turns to mush into the background. I kind of want a little bit. I want to work for it, you know? Good. All right. Good, good, and good. All right, I think in terms of food prep, this is our food prep. Oh, I already prepped some of the food. And you'll figure this out as we go, but I've got some flour, some ricotta cheese, some salt. I just sliced some shallots and 2 egg yolks. I will put this recipe on my website, but for you guys right now, if you want to write this down, we have about 100 grams, and this is, what is this, like a 1 cup? I think this is like a 1 cup deli, right? So just shy of a cup of flour, about 100 grams. That's, no, that's more of like a half cup, right? I think 100 grams is about a half cup. 200 grams of ricotta. And this is 3/4 cup, maybe a cup. A very generous pinch of kosher salt, 2.5 grams. 1 shallot, 1 tiny shallot, 2 egg yolks. So that's if you want to do, you know, if you're cooking along with me. That's the only thing I really want to measure. I just want to make sure the proportions are kind of right. And I just looked at a handful of different recipes on the internet to get like directionally how much olive oil, or I'm sorry, how much flour versus ricotta versus egg yolk and salt are we using. So that's where I came up with this. Yes, Annalie Brown, there's a website. It's just myname.com, anthonyledon.com. I think actually thepinkshirtguy.com. I think I bought that, so that should redirect. What else? I have like a whole bunch of redirects that go to my site. Unfortunately, just pinkshirtguy.com is taken up by just an image of a man wearing a pink shirt. So couldn't get that one. But I have like anthonyledon.com. I think thepinkshirtguy.com, mrpinkshirtguy.com. I wanted to make sure that if anybody wanted to, they could find me. Okay. So I think we're ready to get cooking. I'm just trying to think here. I do need to mix the nudie. Do I want to do that? You know what? I'm going to prep the asparagus first because we have enough time. Yeah, we have enough time. This is good. Well, Annalie Brown, I think Mr. Pink Shirt Guy might work. And I know there's a delay, so you may be... oh, Becca, I just saw... Oh, Gnarly Nerd, you're here too. I keep missing all these comments. Guys, if you want... Well, yeah. If you want to make sure that I see it, just at me, and then I will for sure see, because then it pops up on like big, bright red on my screen. But anyway, Gnarly Nerd, hello. Becca, hello. Oh, God, it's so good to see you guys. I really want to look you in the eye, the same way that Mike Pence wants to look all the healthcare workers in the eye, which is why he doesn't wear a mask. Okay, we're gonna blanch some asparagus. That's all we're doing. So this is big plot. Oh, darn it! I didn't clean my pan, and I was hoping you guys wouldn't see that. So this little ring was caused from Daryl Jr., the sourdough loaf that I made, and it's clean other than it was a little bit of bread left over. So it's okay. Don't worry about it. Did you ever send yourself an email in the future, or do you have some sort of diary? No, Real, I've never sent myself an email in the future. I do have a diary. I have a journal I write in almost daily. The last 3 days I have not written, but for most of April I have. And March. I keep what's called a bullet journal. And then I also do a habit tracker based on, what's his name? James Clear. He has a book called Atomic Habits, which I adore. I'm ready for a reread, but I love the habit tracker idea of tracking every day, what I'm doing. Specifically certain habits that I want to keep. Okay, need some salt. That's good. We want this fairly salty because we're going to be cooking asparagus, or we're going to be blanching asparagus in here, and then we're also going to be cooking our nudie in here. Which I can't not say without a smarmy face on. So, Monster Master, I did make Daryl. I made Daryl's children. And then I killed Daryl's children in honor of croutons. So Daryl donated half of his self, and he made a small boule of sourdough. It was quite tasty, if not a little bit dense. I think the issue was I needed it after it didn't need to be kneaded. So it was an unnecessary need. And but the taste was spot on. I made croutons out of it later. It was great. And I'm gonna make myself another one. Make all of us really another one here pretty soon. I think maybe tomorrow I'll make another boule. I'm building up my starter so that I don't have to take so much of the starter away to make a boule. So that's what I'm doing. Just FYI. Mr. Pink Shirt Guy works. Good to know. Annalie Brown. And cops are out. Or no, that's an ambulance. So. Nice. Good, Anna. Oh, there might be sop in here. Hopefully everyone's okay right outside. Okay, good. So, big pot blanching, right? Everybody knows this by now, I'm sure. If not, we just take whatever vegetables and we blanch them in very hot water and salt it. That's really the gist. And I'm gonna make all of this asparagus just so I can get it out of my fridge. We're not gonna use all of this though, just because I've got so much. Okay, let me cut off these ends. Good. Boop. And then here, these kind of woody stalky ends. Boop. Done. I'm wondering if it's gonna be easier. I think it's gonna be easier to cut these now. So let's do that. And these guys are bigger than those guys. So I'm just gonna cut kind of small. I don't want to go quite rings. I want to go about an inch or a couple of centimeters long. That way, you can stick them on the end of the fork. Maybe get one of the nudies on there with it. Are we salty enough? Let's find out. on coming up this weekend on Salty. That's pretty good. Okay, so in we go with the big boys. Oh, I dropped one. Tongs, or like tweezers. Alexa, can you set a 2-minute timer?
2 minutes, starting now.
Alexa, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, she
Hope
said,
you enjoyed your Wednesday.
I have enjoyed my Wednesday. Thank you. I hope you have too. Alexa, I have enjoyed my Wednesday. I hope you have too.
It was a home run. Thanks for asking.
She said her Wednesday was a home run. Thanks for asking. And baseball's not even in season. Well, it would be, but it's not. You know what's kind of fun? If you haven't already cut your asparagus, watch along with me. Boop, Francesca, yes, you caught me. Slice it on the bias. I didn't do that this time, but it's more fun. And by that I mean, if you give it, so as you're cutting down the asparagus, if you give it now let's do this. You know, if you give it like a harsher angle like this, it's a little more fun to bite into. You know, it's just like it's shaped differently. It looks cooler than just like a stick of asparagus. So anyway, 2 minutes is a long time. I don't think we need that long. Alexa, how much time is left on my timer?
You have 40 seconds left on your 2
40 seconds. Okay, we're about 1:20 in. That's enough. Alexa, cancel my timer. So,
2-minute timer canceled.
Alexa, thank you. Such a
You
doll.
bet.
Oh, she said, you bet. I love it. So, with cooking vegetables, and especially for this dish, because I want to cook it all together just a little bit at the end, I want to take the bite off of it, like the raw produce bite, but I still want to make sure there's enough like bite left. You know what I mean? So I want there to be some kind of crunch to it. Alexa, set a 45-second timer.
45 seconds, starting now.
So where was I going with that? Oh yeah, nope, forgot. Asparagus. Oh, right, yeah. So that's what we're trying to do. We just want to cook it just a little bit, just to take that like producey bite off, and then cook it a little bit. But I don't like produce, especially like crunchy stuff like this, when it loses its crunch and it's completely limp. It just kind of, that's no fun. So that's what we're going for, is a little bit of, but with some crunch to it. Bill Woods, Yankees are tied with the Red Sox for first place. All right, go Yankees. Red Sox stink. Although I kind of feel myself like wanting to root for the Red Sox because I've been watching Cheers nonstop during quarantine. Just finished, Alexa, stop. Mrs. Pink Shirt Guy and I just finished season 5. And I'm like, go Red Sox. I don't know. Sarah Jo Wright. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm really glad that you like my videos. I'm gonna keep making them as long as somebody likes them. Even if nobody liked them, I would probably, which is not far from, it's probably like you and maybe 2 or 3 others, like my parents, that like them. And then beyond that, it's hit or miss. But I still make it just for you 2 or 3 people. So I'm really glad that you enjoy it. I think we're good chopping and cutting stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this bad boy away. Hey. Still waiting on those giant sponsors to sponsor like commercials to allow me to like clean up real quick or put away things. So it hasn't happened yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I would be fine if it was like a giant commercial that wanted to donate money to somebody's cause. Like that'd be pretty cool. I don't even want it. I just want the 15 seconds to be able to like spin around and like clean up real fast. And as long as somebody gets money somewhere, that's the important part. Monster Master, who wouldn't like me? That's really the truth, honestly. Nobody wouldn't, but I'd like to just leave the illusion out there that there might be someone out there that doesn't. The rest of us are here to judge. Thank you, Africa. Good, good. All right. Oh, and Gnarly Nerd, you're just saying that. I know deep down you despise me. It is, well, you should. All right. Good there. Okay, I need a sip of wine. This is so much fun. Thank you. I really, this makes cooking fun, is having people here with me. Even if you're not really here, which I would still pretend you were really here if the camera wasn't even in front of me. So I'm glad that you're here. Okay, good. Let's make the nudie. That's what we're here for. That's why everybody showed up. Send nudes. That was it. Okay, so hold on. And I'm back. So for nudie, we want to just mix. We don't want to overwork this. We just want to kind of mix stuff together. Monster Master, the apron is from my friend Jason Chatfield, who occasionally joins, and he and his wife got this for me for my birthday. I don't know where it's from. I'll have to figure that out and let you know. But the deal with nudie is you just don't want, and gnocchi, is you just don't want to overwork them. You don't want them to be dense. And the way you avoid that is you don't activate the gluten. So the deal is we're trying to keep moisture and as much moisture as we can away from the flour. We need flour to kind of tighten everything up so that it's a dumpling and it doesn't just turn to mush, like a big cheese puddle, which actually kind of sounds nice, a cheese puddle. But yeah, we just don't want to overwork it, and we don't want to activate the gluten, because the gluten, when it gets going, that's the thing that normally keeps the structure up and, like, you know, makes a big web. We don't want that. So that's why extra dry ricotta is good. If you buy your ricotta in the store, which I'm sure most of you are, you can squeeze it in paper towels. You can like put it in a regular tea towel, like a clean towel, and kind of like wrench it a little bit, squeeze it. Any way you can to like squeeze out the extra moisture. Again, I made this myself. So, and if you need the recipe, it's on my website. Just look up ricotta, go to my blog, hit search ricotta. I'm gonna make that easier to do in the future, but you're stuck with what you got. So, just don't, the second thing is don't overwork it. So no moisture, don't overwork it. 2 tips. So we got our wet stuff in here. Let's get the egg yolks in. I love these 2 egg yolks. Aren't they so pretty? Like they maintain their integrity. They look so good. And I save the whites. I always save the whites if I'm using yolks, and yolks if I'm using the whites, because I can always add them to scrambled eggs in the morning, or I can figure out something to do with them. What else are we doing here? Shallots, I'm gonna save, that's gonna go in the pan. I'm gonna mix that. Let's throw in the salt. Actually, I'm gonna mix, look here. I'll mix the salt with the flour, why not? Boop. That way I can just pour one thing in, I don't know. And let's get, I don't have a wooden spoon. I have a wooden flathead spatula, but this is like my favorite little tool to use, and it should be okay for mixing. Kristen, now that you said that, I really hope that it's on my website. I'm pretty sure it's there. Oh God, but if it's not, I'm gonna have to like stay up late tonight and put it there. If it's not on my website, it's super easy. It's just, oh God, I'll just copy and paste it. It's like a, how do you save the whites? I'll show you. Just like this. So I separated the eggs. I just actually poured off the whites into this little pint-sized deli container. You can use whatever container you want. They'll keep for a few days, just like this. Until it like, sniff it after a few days. If it smells weird, don't use it. Or if it looks super cloudy, definitely don't use it. But I've used these like 3 days later. They're still fine. They're good. They're great. And actually, some recipes benefit from aging whites. I'm trying to think of which ones now. I just cooked something. Oh, souffle? No. It's good for, yeah, I think souffles benefit from aging the whites because some of the moisture evaporates out and then you get a tighter, more supportive structure for the souffle. Yeah, and if you need to save yolks, they'll keep for a little bit as well. And I haven't put the, oh man, Anthony, you're behind schedule. Let me show you. If you want to save yolks, you can cure them with a salt and sugar mixture. And I basically cured these for like 4 days and in salt and sugar. And I think it was about equal, maybe a little bit more salt. And then I baked them for a little bit at a very low temperature. And now I grate these over pastas and stuff. And they just add a nice yolky umami bite. It's like the texture of a semi-firm cheese. Like, it's almost like if you can imagine a slightly damp parm or like a Gruyere. Like a Gruyere. It's like grating Gruyere on top of stuff. It's so good. That's not on the website yet because I keep forgetting. Okay, good. Ricotta. I'm gonna make sure I'm not forgetting this. Oh, I didn't write that down. That's smart. And then flour and salt. I should have mixed the flour and salt a little bit better, but I don't really care. It's quarantine, and if one of them just ends up slightly saltier than the other, we'll live. I'm just gonna stir this together a little bit here, then we're gonna shape it, roll it, and cut it. Looking good. You can also throw like some lemon zest in here if you want, like just to flavor it up. What else could you put in here? I mean, you could put like herbs and spices, I guess, too. I mean, I don't know how common that is, but it would be kind of fun just to flavor them up. But I kind of want a really clean ricotta flavor here. And because my ricotta is super dry, I might need to add just a little bit of water just to kind of keep, because this is kind of really crummy with a B, crummy. Is it a difference? We should ask Linguify. I think I'm gonna add a little, oh no, let me get in there, hold on. I'm gonna add a little bit more, oh now it's kind of actually pretty damp. So, I don't know, let's just squeeze it and find out. Okay, did find the ricotta on the website, but did find some great pics of some. Okay, thank you, Kristen, I will. So now I have my homework. Come on. It's coming together. It's a little bit moist though, so I may add just a little bit more flour. So here's the deal. It kind of depends on like your ricotta dampness, how big your yolks are. And this to me feels, I don't want it to be totally sticky. Oh, you know, but it might actually work out. But I want to avoid adding too much flour. Like that's the other deal. I don't want it to start becoming like a big sponge that just sucks up everything. So this, oh man, I think I might just flour my board and call it. I think that'll be good. Crummy versus crummy. Okay, thanks. Francesca, yes, I did mention the flowers. It's a weekly subscription I buy my wife, so I never forget. Yes, but aren't they so perfect? I don't know if she planned them. Here, can you see all of them? There's the wider view. Aren't they pretty? They're so great, right? Okay. So this is kind of coming along. All right, so I'm gonna just flour my board, roll it out just so that it's kind of snake-like. Yeah. There we go. This will be enough for probably 2, maybe 3 people, depending on your serving size. I have flour here. Have flour, will travel. Okay. I know you can't see this. I've just got, is the top-down view better? Yeah, why not? We'll leave them both. Okay. A little bit more. Good. So I'm gonna just cut this in quarters. We're not going for perfection here. We're just going to kind of like, we just want to keep it nice and light and don't overwork it. So let's use this bad boy. Boop. Cut you in half. See if I can get some of the stuff off my fingers back into the loaf. And usually the best way to get stuff, I don't know, bakers will know this, but if you need to get stuff off of your fingers, extra flour is better than is more beneficial than extra water. All right, what am I missing here? Oh yeah, okay, you guys are taking care of it. Didn't find the ricotta, good, got that. Okay, good. Yeah, Kristen, thank you for checking that out. I'll have to get that up there. I have a backlog of items to get. I think that one would be the most important because honestly, that's so tasty and so good. I'm gonna break this into quarters as well. Annalie Brown, if that's your biggest mistake is flouring your board too much, then you're okay. I wouldn't worry too much there. There are bigger issues that you can have. So this is good. I just kind of want to go for about an inch thick. I might roll this just a little bit thinner. And I'll call that good. It doesn't matter. Like we just kind of want to go for uniform thickness. It doesn't matter quite how they look. You know, these aren't like super fancy. That's pretty good. Good. If you have kids, my wife was telling me that when she was a kid, like her family and her parents' friends used to have parties where occasionally where they would make gnocchi and they would put the kids to work rolling these guys because this is kind of a fun activity. I think this is a fun activity. Like I'm having a great time. I forget to talk to you guys while I'm doing this, but you know, it could occupy kids' time, I think. Okay, that's a little bit thinner. Let's get these guys just a little bit thinner. Not too bad. And let's stretch you out. Good. Good. Okay, I'm gonna just wash my hands here real quick. And again, a little bit of extra flour, rubbing it together, that helps get it down. In case anybody's gonna roll their eyes, I know you will. I'm gonna just go ahead and rub this off in the sink. It's very little. I know it'll stick down in the P-trap eventually sometime, but it's not bad. It's not that bad. Oh yeah, get that ricotta off my hands. Look, it just works so much better than washing them directly, and then we can wash. Oh man, that ricotta smells so good. It's so fresh, clean. I love it. Before the show, I was like munching on it, and I was like, I hope we don't have to go live right now. Okay. Almost done. I realized this is a very special treat for you to be able to watch me wash my hands. And frankly, you're welcome. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. I worked up a sweat washing my hands and rubbing off all of that flour and dough. All right, these are good. Now we'll just cut them. So the other way to do this, if you wanted to, is you don't have to roll them. You can actually put them into like a Ziploc bag. Whoops. Tripping over my own feet here. Just put them into push them down to a corner of a Ziploc bag, cut off the corner, and squeeze them right in to your cooking liquid and like snip off the ends. That's another way to do it. That's fine. I'm just not doing it like that. Your call. Little knife. Okay. So, boop, boop. 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 Don't worry, I won't boop the whole way. Good. Oh, that'll work. Apparently this requires all my focus, so I'm not like chit-chatting the entire time. But these are not difficult to make. Okay, the last one. Oh, and they freeze really well too. So if you want to make a big batch of these, you totally can. And you can just not cook them right now. I would recommend like putting them onto a sheet pan or something lined with parchment paper, just so they don't stick. Freezing them for like 30 minutes just to make sure there's no moisture, that they won't stick together. And then after 30 minutes, throw them into a Ziploc bag or like vacuum seal them or something. That's fine too. But these are ready to eat. I mean, we'll cook these now, or you can freeze them. I actually might put some of these onto a sheet pan right now because I don't know if I'm gonna eat all these right now. Oh, how about this one? Even though I just said use parchment paper, we'll find out. We'll test this out. See if I need to. Oh, I lost that one. That's embarrassing. It would have been cool had I gone all the way in, but whoops. That's like enough for 2 small servings, right? Yeah, we'll call it good. Okay, so I'm gonna freeze this. It looks like about half. I'll eat this, I don't know, maybe this weekend, sometime soon. We'll find out. Next time on Quarantine Cooking. Okay. Well, running out of room to put this in the freezer, so those are just gonna sit right there by me. Actually, how about back here? I think we're ready to start cooking these guys. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. I'm just going to start cooking the asparagus. Oh, the asparagus is done. Let's see, did that. Let's saute the morels. Let's get cooking. I like how my let's get cooking. I say that every single time. I'm like, let's get cooking. Oh wait, hold on. What did I forget? Oh, nothing. Okay, let's get cooking. Wait. Yeah, let's get cooking. All right. You can hang over there, right up front. And you can hang here. All right, that's good. I'm excited. I hope you are. I need some more wine. One more week. This is Wednesday. We got half the week done. This is week 7 here in New York. I don't know how your guys' weeks are going. Hopefully good. Hopefully well. There's talk of reopening. That's exciting. I saw the Blue Angels yesterday. I mentioned that. I took some great pictures. I mean, I think they're great, so that's all that matters, really. I think. I like the discussion of crummy. This is good. We're getting some side. Now I know crumbly versus crumbly. So let's see. 2 tablespoons of butter-ish. Might need a little bit more, so I'm going to leave it out. Well, and some morels. I'm just going to move the butter around a little bit to make sure that I don't get any sticky spots for the morels to stick to. But other than that, they can kind of melt and cook at their leisure. What do I need to update you guys on? Oh, Daryl, the starter, is still looking good. I have increased his size by a little bit. So now he's about 1.25 cups and going well. He's growing, which is nice. He's still smelling good, smelling like bread. I'm gonna make another, I think I'm gonna get on like a once weekly schedule here of making bread. I'm gonna still feed him once every day, 2 days-ish, depending on how he's doing. I'll ask him. But yeah, that's what we're doing. I feel like you guys have a kind of a vested interest in Daryl as well, so I'm letting you know. All right. Good. We just kind of want to toss these around a little bit. All right. Not bad. I hope you guys are excited about this. I've never made nudie before. This is a first for me. So I'm kind of bummed. I kind of want to see how this turns out. And it's spring. Like, I feel like if I can't be outside, here's the deal. I really want to go camping so bad. Like, Lauren and I talk about this every day or every 2 days. How, like, the first time we're able to, we're going to go camping. And this kind of reminds me about, this reminds me of going outside. We got mushrooms, it's very earthy, very dirt smelling, you know, like it just smells like nature. And then we got some spring stuff happening here with the asparagus and peas. So this dish brings me outside a little bit when I can't go outside. I've got this over medium heat. I'm just melting butter, kind of giving them a light saute. I just want to take off some of that like fresh crispness to them. These guys retain their structure so well though through cooking, which like you can kind of beat them up a little bit and they're still pretty good. Oh God, it smells so good. Especially just as like a little bit of the butter starts to brown. It kind of smells like deep, rich, mushroomy, nutty kind of flavors. Oh, it's so good. I think these are my favorite kind of mushrooms. I think. I'm gonna toss in the shallots now. You can have more shallots. I kind of just had one that was ready to go. Like it was already peeled, so that's why I put it in here. What should we deglaze with? Do I have any wine handy, like white wine? I think I do. Or pasta water, I can cook the pasta. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah. I'm gonna put one of these bad boys in the water just to see how long it takes to cook. So I'm gonna assume 2 minutes, but we'll find out. All right, we'll do 1 minute to start. And then I'll do another minute. I know some people say like when it floats, must be big fans of it. Oh God, this smells so good. I'm gonna add a little bit more butter, just because we can. By the way, you don't need to shake all this stuff. You can just let it sit there like it is. That's totally fine. I just like shaking because I think it looks cool. And I do kind of want... Actually, that's really the only reason I shake it. You don't even need to stir it for the most part, as long as it doesn't burn. Almost there. All right, we got 1 minute down. I think I'm gonna let it go for 1 more minute. So we'll do a 2 minute boil on that guy. This is so good, you can actually see it, I love it. Oh, technology rules. Am I missing anything? Good. All right. I'm all caught up. Oh. I gave myself a haircut today. I know you can't tell, but I'm almost to the point where my little bald spot is now caught up to the rest of the hair. So I think we're there. This is exciting news for me. This is the big news of my day. I gave myself a haircut and I think my bald spot's gone. Just in time for me to create another bald spot in the back. All right, so that is about 2 minutes. Let's taste this guy and see how we're doing. No. 3 minutes I think is gonna be key. All right, so let's at least take this time. Let's put him in. Alexa, set a 3-minute timer.
3 minutes, starting now.
I love that. Two-minute timer. I think I want to go 2 minutes and finish them off in the pan. So I'm going to change that. Alexa, cancel the timer.
3-minute timer canceled.
Oh God, this is so good. The butter is just starting to brown a little bit. The shallots have kind of sweated out. They're a little bit sauteed. We're gonna add some peas now and the asparagus. Oh, this is gonna be so good. It's like spring in a pan. This is 6 ounces of peas, 170 grams. Use however much or little you want. I'm gonna go ahead and add all the asparagus right back in. Some of this water will help deglaze the pan, which we'll find out in just a second. I'm gonna ramp the heat up to high because I don't want any of the water to like totally stall the cooking process here. That's enough asparagus. This is like a small bunch, maybe a little bit less than a bunch, I think. Yeah, it looks about right. Some salt. Let's get some salt in there. See, doesn't this look great? It looks like spring right there. I know there's kind of a couple different greens, but that looks good. I'm now regretting not making more of those nudie because these are, that one that I just had, super good. And I have a feeling I'm going to want more very shortly. Okay, 2 minutes done. Let's give these guys a quick stir, see how they're doing. You guys good? You ready to come over? Yeah, okay, good. You'll transfer. Should we make more? Is that going to be enough nudie? I'm going to make more. Alexa, set a 2-minute timer, would you? So some of these nudies are not going to be cooked as much as the others. That's fine. This way I don't have to put anything more in my freezer. Okay. Good. I'm not spilling anything on. Okay. Oh man. This is good. We got brown butter, we got mushrooms, some peas. It's like spring in a pan. Anthony, do you have any other references besides the same one you've made 4 times? No, I don't think I do. I think we're gonna stick to that one solid, it's a good one. Spring in a pan. And I already made the send nudes joke, so I can't do that again. That's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of the cooking water in as well. Kind of season it up. But otherwise, I think we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. Almost there. This will be kind of fun. We'll have these guys cooked a little bit more than these guys. No one will know the difference. They'll just bite into it and think like, oh, this one's a little chewier than the other one. Perfect. Okay. Good. Everybody's a little clustered in the middle here. I do love that I'm not making as big of a mess as usual. That delights me. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Alexa, stop. All right, let's put these bad boys right in. And let's finish with a little bit of parm and some of the egg yolk. Why don't we use that? Stir this guy around real quick. So if you want this a little bit richer, just add a little bit more butter. Like really, that's all we've got going on here. It's totally fine. It's gonna be great. But if you want a little bit lighter, just put what we put in. You can kind of go either way. This is a little bit of a choose your own adventure thing, which I kind of like. Let me taste for salt. Make sure that we have enough salt here. Oh, come on. That's so good. Oh my God. That's like perfectly salted. Okay, let's get going. Done, done, off, done. All right, got our parm. And what else did I say? Egg yolk. Done. All right, let's get serving. How's that? Is this in the way? Are we good with that? Let's move this. Oh, don't do that. Gonna make a mess. Okay, good. And now here. All right, let's serve it up. Let's get some more asparagus in this guy. I think this is gonna be super good. I hope. If it's not, you won't know. I'll just still say it's great. Okay, let's get some parm on top of this guy. So you could also toss the parm in the pan as well, just to kind of sauce it up. I kind of like the way it looks on top, so that's what I'm doing right now. But again, toss it in the pan if you want. It won't make that big of a difference. And now for some of this egg yolk stuff. I love this. Can you see how yellow? Can you see like the yellow popping up here in the middle? It seriously looks like yellow cheese. It's so good, and it's salty. It's just got a light little nip to it, like a salty nip. It's kind of like, it's almost like if you ever caught, you know, like the good part of a Caesar dressing, like the anchovy, like in the background. That's kind of what it tastes like a little bit. Oh, so good. And how about, why don't we just do like a few grates of lemon? Just a little bit. It doesn't need much freshening. Like it's pretty light and fresh as it is. There we go. Okay, back and forth, boom, 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 done. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's see how it is. Mmm. Oh my God. Why haven't I made these before? Those don't even taste like, it's not like a pasta or like a dumpling. It's just, you're just gonna chew it and then it goes, it's so light, but it's like not so light that you forget that it's there. This is so good. I don't know what else to tell you other than like this is light, it's airy, it tastes like spring in a pan. You got peas, asparagus, the mushrooms kind of round it out. And like just that little tiny shave of lemon zest on the top, huge difference. Like it kind of, if you were like writing music for like a concerto or something, you have like the big bellowing instruments, like big drums, and then you also want like kind of flutes up top. The little lemon flutes up top. It kind of like rounds it out. I don't know how else to describe it. It's so good. So anyway, I hope you make this. I hope you like it. If not, that's fine too. I like it. That's all that matters. I mean, for me, holy smokes. I don't want to eat too much because I still want to take a picture of it. Okay. Happy Wednesday, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to leave you here. You guys have been great. A real fun audience, as always. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like and subscribe. Or set the little reminder. We'll be here every weekday during quarantine at 5 p.m. Eastern. So I hope to see you back. Okay, take care. Have a wonderful evening. That's it. We'll play the music out and let's just celebrate this good day. All right. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Oh, wait. What are we cooking tomorrow? I can't remember. Well, go check out the video on YouTube, the one where I just posted for like the weekly update. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. What are we cooking tomorrow? Oh, Monster Masher would be so hard. It would be so